Okay, I am live. I think everything should be good to go. I'm just starting things up and I'll be ready to go. I'll just put some background music really quickly. And we're good to go. What's up, RPG Gamer? Thank you for being here, man. First in line. I had to start a bit sooner. I had some last minute things to take care of, so hopefully that's not gonna cause any issues to anyone. I am gonna retweet everything really quickly and we'll be ready to go. Let's go. We are live. That's here. Discord's good. Everything's good. Awesome. Good to see you, RPG Gamer. Thanks for I don't see you, but thanks for being here. Actually, I think I'm gonna start right away, even if we don't have lots of people here yet, because I know that I'm not gonna get lots of people because we started sooner. But I still want to record this because I know that people want to hear my thoughts and predictions on the Game Awards. So, hey, anyone who's here, RPG Gamer, if there's anything you want to ask, go ahead and ask it in the chat whenever, whether it's related to the subject at hand or not. Don't hesitate. We're here to talk. I like to do those episodes actually where when I'm alone. So when I'm alone, it's cool because I can interact with you guys way more than when I have a guest. So it's always a bit more interesting that way, I guess, for you guys. Golden Playhouse. Yeah, I do recognize your name. You changed your name, or is that another channel? Another YouTube page or anything? Because I remember seeing you on various different videos before in the comment sections. Awesome. What I want to talk about today is I'm gonna look a bit at my screen because I'm on various different sites at the same time. I have notes as well of what I want to talk about. It's gonna be a fairly short and simple episode actually. I want to first up tell you guys what I voted for, which game I voted for, and which category for the Game Awards. And once that's completed, I want to give my predictions of what we're gonna see at the show. Because if you don't know already, we do see various different announcements at this show. We see it fairly often. It depends on the year. Sometimes we get very high quality announcements, while other times we just get like some alright stuff. I do want to look a bit at the last few years. What announcement did we get? What did people what was the announcement that we got in those years? How I can rate them, and looking at those announcements, what do I think we'll see this year? So it should be really interesting. That's what I want to talk about today. If you're wondering about Atlas stuff, yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about that. So Persona 5 Scramble, SMT5, all of that good stuff, I am definitely going to talk about that. So should be really interesting. Okay, your old one got deleted? Damn, that sucks, man. I think you had like you were creating content on your channel, right? What happened? Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry for you. So I'll start by telling everyone my votes for the Game Awards. Hopefully the site doesn't crash on me, because I don't know if you guys voted, but yeah, it was not that great actually. So lots of lag on the site, Mr. Keeley, unfortunately. I will. Okay, yeah, I can still access. Okay, there's the player's voice voting that I haven't voted for yet. We'll have to do that while we're on stream at the same time. I quickly skimmed over the nominees, and that's gonna be a good one. Just to give you a quick introduction before I tell you actually what I voted for, which game I voted for each category, I do want to tell you what's my experience with the Game Awards. I've been listening to this show for a few years now. I can't tell you when I started precisely to watch this show, but I really enjoy it. Yes, I do enjoy the announcement, but in general, I like to watch the awards. Do I think they're extremely accurate with the results, the way that they pick winners and stuff? Not really, but I still feel like they're entertaining to watch. Now that there's lots of announcements, it's even better, in my opinion, and I'm super happy that I'll be able to stream the event next week with you guys. Should be extremely interesting. So there's lots of category. The way that I want to do it is to tell you guys the name of the category and then tell you which game I voted for and why. And again, if you guys have any different votes or anything, please go ahead and ask in the comment sections. I'm 100% for you guys today, so if you have questions, let's talk about it. RPG Gamer asks, David, do you think Persona 4 Golden would be Persona 4 Golden coming to consoles? Do you think Persona 4 would be P4G coming to consoles? If that's the case, if that's what you meant, yeah, I do think that when they decide, you heard me right, when they decide, because I'm certain that they're gonna bring Persona 4 to consoles at some point. When they decide to bring the game to consoles, it's gonna be Golden. Yeah, for sure. I don't see why they wouldn't, especially since the porting process from PC to consoles is not a hard process. I don't see them going back to the PS2 version for a port. I think that's probably gonna be the PC version, which is Golden, which is Golden, of course. Yeah, first category, Game of the Year, which is the biggest category. What's the Game of the Year? Oh, you know what? There's one other thing that I think I'll do. I'll tell you my vote, which game I voted for in a category, like I said, but I will also tell you guys what's my personal Game of the Year. So it should be really interesting that way. And I'll answer that, my personal choice, for every category, because to be honest, I think my vote is probably a different game than the nominees every single category, or close to it at least. So yeah, that's what I meant by saying, like, yeah, this award show, the way that they nominate the games and stuff, they just look at reviews and it's like, it's not extremely accurate, but still. Cool. Game of the Year. Game of the Year's, the nominees are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, 80s, Animal Crossing New Horizon, and The Last of Us Part 2. Now, to be clear, I only played FF7 Remake. Yeah. I do plan on playing Ghost of Tsushima and Doom Eternal at some point. I don't necessarily care about 80s. I'm not into roguelikes. Animal Crossing never looked that interesting to me. And please don't be mad at me, but I'm not a fan of The Last of Us at all. Like, I tried the first game and I didn't like it. I can see why people like it. It's just not for me. So obviously, since there's only FF7 Remake that I played, it's my vote. This is where I voted. The game's great. I think does it live up to the hype? I don't know. This game was in development for so long and it was announced so soon. I think it was 2015, if I'm not mistaken, that it was announced at E3. It was great. I think the game's very good, very good. I like the way that they, like, at first I thought it was weird that they would split the game in parts, but I like it. In the end, I think the way that they did it, it works well, and with the scale of this game, it would have been impossible to get the whole package in one game, on one disc. So now we'll just have to wait and see how many parts they're gonna give us for this one. SMT fan, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Won't be able to stay for long because of my time zone, and no problem, man, no problem. As always, if you want to watch it again later, you can definitely do that. Thanks for coming. It's cool. I do appreciate that. Last of Us Part 2, why is that there? RPG Gamer, well, yeah, again, do the nominees are the right ones? It depends. The way that they nominate those nominees is not that great. Technoflops, thank you for being here, man. Welcome to the stream. Haven't played any of the games in the Game of the Year category. Oh, cannot blame you. Again, I just played FF7 Remake, so I couldn't blame you even if I wanted to. Hey, Adam, what's up? Thank you for being here, man. Of course, your time zone is way different than mine, but hello, friend. Once again, thank you for your help with your heart in my latest video. I see that you retweeted that. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. So yeah, Game of the Year, FF7. I want to see the next part. Now, if you've been following me on the channel, you might already know what's my personal Game of the Year. There's been so many great games this year. I started the year, I played Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE, Encore. It was great once you overlook the fact that it was supposed to be SMT Cross Fire Emblem. It is a good game, so I really enjoyed it. Next, I think the next game that I played was FF7 Remake. then I played yeah, that's the way that it happened. I played FF7 Remake, I played Royal, and then I played Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And then I played 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Now I'm playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Sorry for the little blank. And I'm gonna be playing Yakuza Like a Dragon in the near future, like next week probably. So I do think that Yakuza Like a Dragon might be up there, depending on how I like it. But for now, my game of the year is drum roll, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. If you haven't watched my review, I know that this game is not for everyone. Personally, I think it's such a masterpiece. Like the story, the characters. You play as 13 characters, and all of them are memorable. All of them are amazing. All of them are so unique. Man, I could talk about this game for so long. This game is so good. Honestly, guys, if you like visual novels with a very unique art style and all the elements that I mentioned before, and the RTS system, combat system, real-time strategy combat system looks just a tiny bit interesting to you, please do yourselves a favor and at least try it. At least try it, because I can see why you wouldn't want to jump in right in. It doesn't have the appeal of a Final Fantasy VII Remake, for example, but once you try it, it is that good. It is that good, and the story will hook you right away, in my opinion. It is really good, really good. Yeah. Adam says, also let's hope SMT5 let's hope for SMT5 at the Game Awards. Well, you know, my thoughts are in a video for that, Adam. I'm sure you watched it. I don't want to expect SMT5 at this show. You know that I wanna see SMT5 at the show for sure, but I don't know if no, I don't want to expect it. But hey, we'll stream the show next week. If there's an announcement, you guys can count on me to you know, jump out of my seat, scream, and freak out completely. RPG Gamer, 2020 was the year that sucked, but my favorite year for RPGs. Can we agree? Yeah, it was an amazing year for RPGs. Guys, I just mentioned my list of games that I played this year, and 2 of them are not RPGs. Hyrule Warriors and 13 Sentinels. So, man, yeah, an amazing year, The sad part is the copyright. You mean the parts that they censored for Tokyo Mirage Session? Yeah, I can see why people are bummed with that. Personally, it's not a deal breaker for me necessarily. If they could leave the original content in the game and not censor anything, that would always be the best thing, in my opinion. But hey, I'm sure they have their reasons. I do agree with you, RPG Gamer. Next, hey guys, again, please let me know what are your game of the years, and with each category, please let me know what's your pick. I'm definitely curious to hear you guys' opinion. And oh, before I give the nominees for the next category, you will see that there's a lot of games that are coming back once again. And it is, again, because of the way that the jury votes. It's the same critics that always votes, like Kotaku, IGN, the big critics like this. They are the one that vote for the nominees. So this is why we see the same games very often. The next category is Best Game Direction. It says awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I only played one game out of those, Final Fantasy VII Remake. The other nominees are Ghost of Tsushima, 80s, Half-Life Alyx, The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, I only played one, so FF7 Remake, but the design and the way that, again, as I mentioned before, the way that they were able to split the game in parts and still make it work, it's very impressive. I have some issues with FF7 Remake. It's not my game of the year, but it did some things very well. The combat, it is really well done. It's not, again, I can see why it's not for everyone, but I really liked it. The way that they did it, great job. Now, the next category got me extremely excited when I saw the nominees. Best Narrative is the next category for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. The nominees are The Last of Us Part 2, 80s, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh, David, you're saying all the same games. Yeah, it's always the same game, but listen to the last one. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Woo! I don't need to tell you guys which game I voted for. It is 13 Sentinels, of course. I'm extremely happy to see it. It is great. The team directed by George Calamity is so deserving of this nomination. Unfortunately, I'm 100% certain that the game is not gonna win. It is up there because the game is praised by critics, like the reviewers who played the game. They're aware that it's a very good game, and what they praise the most is the story in the game. So I think that's the reason why it's there. They probably looked at the game and it's only praised or mostly praised for its story. Most reviewers gave it over 90 on Metacritic. They had to put it there. I think they had to put it there. Plus, it's a Japanese game in a category where there's only or mostly Western games. So yeah, no, that's impressive that it was there, but I don't think it's gonna get it, unfortunately. But I'm extremely glad that it's up there. It's so cool. I'm very happy with that. RPG Gamer says, David, my game of the year is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Virtual i5, bro. And Persona 5 Royal. You know what? That's fair. Persona 5 Royal is an amazing game. The reason why it's not my game of the year is probably because it is an enhanced version of P5. So, but if the first time that I played Persona 5 was with Royal this year, it would be my game of the year, because what Persona 5 Royal added is everything's almost, how can I say it? I think everything that they added was great. That's what I mean. So, but extremely good pick, man. Extremely good pick. Blanket 6, welcome to the stream, man. Game of the year is 13 Sentinels, and I voted for Animal Crossing as Game of the Year in Game Awards. That's very fair for Animal Crossing. I do like that. And bro, you deserve a virtual i5 as well. 13 Sentinels. Gang, gang. I'm glad to see that some of you guys have played the game. I did everything that I could to push this game. I think I did more than Atlas West, to be honest, with the marketing of this game. I cannot reach this big of an audience, but it's just, they did such a poor job of marketing 13 Sentinels. It sucks because the team at Vanillaware did an amazing job. SMT fan, before I leave, I guess I have an idea for one of your weekly videos. Oh, drop it, man. I'm always open to ideas. I'm glad that you're bringing this up. Drop it, SMT fan. That would be great. RPG Gamer, wait, you can go vote for Game. Yeah, you can go vote for Game Awards. Actually, there's a site. I can send you the link if you want. You can definitely vote. That's what I did. The site is a bit clunky though. Blanket 6, really glad 13 Sentinels got nominated. It's so deserving, but it's really surprising that it's up there. So I'm also extremely glad. Zach H, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Best boy here. I don't know about that, but thank you so much for being here. You're the best boy, bro. I enjoyed every single one of you who's here. It's really cool. I do enjoy when I'm solo because I can talk with you guys way more than when I have guests. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate every single one of my guests, but I don't have the time to interact with you guys as much when I have a guest on, obviously. It would be so funny if Animal Crossing wins over The Last of Us. Technoflops, you know what? I think it has a chance. Will it win? I'm not too sure. This game award show is more of an, it's gonna feel weird the way that I'm gonna say it, but it's more of an hardcore gamer show. So for a family type of game to win the Game Awards, it would be kind of weird. Like, I don't necessarily see it. So Zach is out here being a complete savage. I hope not. I hope both of them fail. I've heard various different things about The Last of Us, and I don't want to say my opinion on the matter because I never played the game, so I don't want to give false impressions. But Animal Crossing, well, why do you want Animal Crossing to fail? Like, it's just, I've heard only good things about the game. Senior Polo Gaming, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Calling it now, Persona 5 Arena at the Game Awards. Going to say this every year until it happens. Even when Persona 6 comes out. Yes, we could see Arena at some point. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna see P5 Arena before Scramble comes out in the West. Anyways. But yeah, keep asking for it because it would be amazing. Thank you all for being here, by the way. It means a lot. RPG Gamer, I'm voting for 13 Sentinels. Yeah, please do. Gabriel, what's up? Thank you for coming to the stream, bro. Well, since I just started 13 Sentinels, my game of the year for the moment is The Last of Us Part 2. See, there's some people that are really enjoying this game. It's cool. Not Royal, because like you said, it's an enhanced version, but it was so awesome. Yeah, agreed. And you know what, Gabriel? I think we might be wrong, and I mean, myself included in this for sure. I think we might be wrong because we should look at the game as a package instead of considering the fact that it's an enhanced game, maybe, if that makes sense. But anyways, we can have our opinions on the matter, and I said the same thing as you. Like, that's the reason why, and it's very hard to compare my game of the year, which is 13 Sentinels, with Royal, because they're so different. They're so different. RPG Gamer, wait, David. Oh no, he has the Death Note playing. Death Note music playing, yeah. It's a really random playlist that I have playing here. Oh, Saltendo, what's up, man? Thank you for being to this, for coming to the stream, man. No, you're not late, not at all. I started like 15 minutes ago, actually, and I started the stream before I was planning on starting the stream. So no, you're not. You're definitely not late. I just started to tell everyone my vote for the Game of the Year nominees. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. Persona 1 remake at the Game Awards, baby. I'd like that. I think we have more chance of seeing a game like SMT5, personally. Even if SMT5 is not like up there with its chances of being here. Yes, just as Zach mentioned, I doubt it. But always down for acknowledgement of anything before Persona 3. Robbie, thank you so much for being here, man. How do you think there's any chance of them announcing Persona 4 Golden for the Switch? Sorry. Persona 4 is gonna release on Switch at some point. A port of an older game like this being announced at the Game Awards, I'm just sorry. You know what? I think it might happen, but we would need another announcement. And at the moment, Atlas has such a big lineup in front of them. Like for 2021 Atlas, it's stacked. So I'm not expecting Golden to be at this particular event. But on the other side, yes, I think we'll see Golden on Switch at some point. Yeah, just as Zach mentioned, I think so there's the high probability that we'll see Golden on Switch at some point, because the porting process from PC to Switch is just, it's definitely not hard, and the game would do extremely well on Switch. I'm very certain, and Atlas would be surprised, because Atlas. SMT fan, will SMT5 get an enhanced version in a few years with a new waifu and dungeon? See Strange Journey, Devil Survivor 2, Catherine, P4, 5, SMT4 Apocalypse, based on it's unique but based on the OG4. I think it will happen. I never thought about that, actually. I think if it were to happen, it would probably be something like you mentioned with SMT4 to SMT4 Apocalypse. Bro, I would like that so much, because SMT4 came out in 2013 and Apocalypse came out in 2016, so only 3 years. So if let's say SMT5 really releases in 2021, if it's just 2024, do we get another SMT5, like SMT5 Apocalypse or whatever you want to call it? Man, count me in. That would be cool. Good point, SMT fan. Saltendo says, I'd rather just have Persona 1 to 5 on Switch than just one game. Yeah, that would be amazing, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon, unfortunately. But mainline Persona on Switch would be a good first step. Gabriel says, I think any Persona announcement will come next year for 25th anniversary. That's a very, 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 very good point. I saw it. Was it today? Yeah, I think it's this morning that they Atlas said they would give us slots. No, I think they said, wait a second, I don't want to give false information. I'm gonna go on Twitter real quick. I think they said like to look out for, okay, Persona series producer teases exciting plans for 25th anniversary next year. Yeah, I do think we can expect big things. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think this is when they'll announce Persona 6 officially. Like they'll show the first teaser or the first trailer. I think that's a next year thing. No dates, no gameplay. I don't think I have to tell you guys that, but yeah, I do think that it's gonna be an very exciting year for Persona. I should do a video on my predictions for the 25th anniversary of Persona, for sure. I have a lot to say, but I do agree with you, Gabriel. Good point once again. No problem, Robbie. Actually, that's the cool thing when I'm stressing that out once again, but the cool thing when I'm alone on stream is I have all the time that I need to answer to you guys' questions and talk with you guys. It's what I like to do the most. As you probably notice, I answer most of my comments on my videos because I like to hear you guys' opinions. It's supposed to be a Game Awards stream, but we're off topic, and that's great. I really don't mind. Where was I at? Okay, RPG Gamer asks, David, the problem with Persona 2 port is the gameplay. Is it really a big problem? I don't think it's such a deal breaker because I think I said that before. If not, well, here you go. I think Persona 1 and 2, it would take too much work to just like revamp the combat system, for example, or the dungeon crawling and stuff. So I think that if they re-release those games, which I don't think it's very likely, unfortunately, if they re-release it, it's probably going to be like a Switch PS Store release, digitally only, and it's going to be straight up ports, not like remasters or anything like that. And sorry guys, I know that everyone wants those games remastered and such, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, personally. Zach says, I doubt they will give SMT5 a Persona-style remake. I hope we get something like another SMT5 or something like Devil Survivor 2 Overclocked. Yeah, if that happens, it's probably going to be in the future, like way later. But as... Who said that? Oh, bruh, my short-term memory is garbage. Oh, okay. As SMT fan mentioned, I think something like SMT424 Apocalypse is probably going to happen with SMT5, so that would be great. Persona Q3 maybe? Maybe, Saltando, maybe. That would be great though. I'd like that. First P6 teaser before 5 years of nothing? Yeah, pretty much. Or before lots of delays. I think a Persona 1 remake will be announced next year. Just the vibe that I'm feeling. Well, Senior Polo, I certainly hope that you're right, because that would be great. I don't know how likely that is, but hey, I hope your feelings right. Saltendo, Persona's 25th anniversary, maybe I should make a vid on that. Yeah, maybe I should make a vid on that as well, because I have a lot to say. Okay, vote for 13 Sentinels? Yes, please. Yes. SMT fan. Atlas will look at the SMT5 resources and say, hey, let's make another profit with these engines and resources. Companies like low-cost projects that are potentially worthwhile. And you know what? I think it would be extremely worthwhile. So go ahead and do it. I'd be 100% down for that, for sure. Hey, we got my boy Katana Riku in the chat. What's up, bro? Thank you for being here. I'll take any kind of sequels to SMT5 as long as there's more SMT to play. I'm down. And he just hops in the chat, drops facts. Peace. I agree 100%, bro. 100%. Anything is cool. Let's get to the next category for the Game Awards for a second. Best Art Direction is the next category. And believe it or not, 13 Sentinels is not here. We've got the same old. We got FF7 Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, 80s, The Last of Us Part 2, and we got a new game up here. It is Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Art direction, from what I've seen of all those games, even if I haven't played, it has to go to Ori and the Will of the Wisps, or Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima looks extremely good. Wow. When I think of a game that pushed the PS4 to its limit, that's the game that comes to mind. But art direction is not only how beautiful it looks graphics-wise, it's also just overall the art. And Ori looks, Ori looks really great. Never played it though. Next up is the Best Score and Music. Outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song and or licensed soundtrack. Now for this one, there's Doom Eternal, there's FF7 Remake, 80s, Ori, The Last of Us Part 2. It has to go to FF7. If you guys played other games and you disagree, please let me know, because I have to listen to the soundtrack. FF7 soundtrack is top tier. It is top tier. I think it's gonna win. I do think it's gonna win. They remade the whole thing. Like, the original FF7 soundtrack was already amazing. Bro, they remade the whole thing. It's crazy. Now, they did an amazing job. I think those were the categories that I wanted to talk about, because other than that, I don't necessarily think there's other categories that I have a very specific opinion on them. But let me check real quick. Bruh, I was about to skip best role-playing game. Bruh. We got some cool games nominated here. We have FF7 Remake, we have Genshin Impact, which is a game that, to be honest, it looks completely uninteresting to me. It had a big impact, no pun intended. No doubts about that, but when I look at gameplay, I'm like, no. I don't see the appeal personally. And then we got Persona 5 Royal, another Atlas nomination, which is great. We got Wasteland 3. And we have another Sega game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, which I can't wait to play. My copy is arriving on next Tuesday, which I will play right away. Can't wait for that one. For now, obviously, since I played only Royal and FF7 Remake, I do think Royal is a better game overall. There's some things that I prefer in FF7 Remake than in Persona 5 Royal, and the opposite as well. But overall, as a game, as a package, I think Royal gets it. Yeah, I think it wins for this one. And best role-playing game, if I had to give my personal pick, you know what? I think it's probably going to be Royal as well. I would maybe say Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition as well is up there. But that's even a more straight-up put than Royal. So, no, I think Royal gets it for me. But just to be clear, Xenoblade's not nominated. Oh, we got Best Family Game as well. That's interesting. We have Animal Crossing, New Horizon, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, which my boy Riku said it's amazing, so I want to check this one out at some point. I played the first 3 games on Switch. I want to play this one. If it comes to Switch, I think I might wait for a Switch version of this one. It's a good game to play portably. Then there's Fall Guys. Isn't Fall Guy like a 2019 or 2018 game? I'm not too sure. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which that's an interesting one to be up there. Minecraft Dungeons, which is Diablo Minecraft clone or something. Paper Mario The Origami King, which again, that's surprising as well, because the reception to this one I think was meh. I think Intelligent System needs to go back to Fire Emblem for a sec. Great picks. Haven't played any of them, so cannot vote. Best simulator strategy game. It's funny that they're putting those ones in, like Gears Tactics next to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Feels weird. Gears Tactics, haven't played, but I want to play this one for sure. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm looking at the other categories and it doesn't necessarily concern me. I do want to go and vote for players' voices, though. We can vote for our personal game of the year in this section from what I saw, and I haven't voted, so I want to vote for this really quickly. Here are the nominees: Ori and the Will of the Wisps, The Last of Us Part 2, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, which again, that's another game that I want to play, Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Among Us, Fortnite, Doom Eternal, 80s, FF7 Remake, Valorant, League of Legends, I used to play those games so much, Half-Life Alyx, Animal Crossing, New Horizon, Fall Guys, Crash Bandicoot 4, Minecraft Dungeons, Genshin Impact, Destiny 2, Apex Legends, Phasmophobia, Star Wars Squad, oh my god, Persona 5 Royal, Bugsnax, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Demon's Souls, ooh, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity is up here, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is up here, and Free Fire, 13 Sentinels is here. Well, here we go. I'm gonna vote for 13 Sentinels really quickly before we move on to my predictions to what I think we'll see at the show. I'm just gonna vote for 13 Sentinels real quick. And here we go. I voted. That was cool. That was cool. Oh, a lot of message. I'm gonna go over there and read those messages so we can talk about it. Where was I at? This is where I was. Saltendo says, I like how we're talking about SMT version 2 when the game isn't even out yet. That's us, SMT fan for you, man. Tomi Reku, thank you so much for being here, man. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Zach H, I have hopes for SMT5. I have high hopes for SMT5, definitely. Riku, Hard Direction, yeah, Ori makes sense for that. One of the nicest looking 2D platformers I've seen. Yeah, definitely. Again, never played it, but it looks really impressive. If 13 Sentinel's not here, yeah, Ori, for sure. Gabriel, you disagree? Doom soundtrack is a beast? Well, I will take a few minutes and I will listen to the soundtrack once we're done. I'll take your word for it. Did you listen to FF7's remake soundtrack though? It's good. It is good. But I'll listen to Doom's Eternal soundtrack. I remember the first, Doom 2016 soundtrack was amazing. I enjoyed that game for sure. But yeah. Blanket 6, yeah, FF7 remake as my voted music. Yep, same. Robbie, what do you think about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? That's a very good question, actually. I am 15 hours in, and please don't spoil anything in the chat. Please, I'm spoilers free for now, so please don't spoil anything for me. I'm reading all your messages today, guys. What I think about it, I'm 15 hours in. I do all the side content that I can do. I really love everything that I've played for now. This game is weird when it comes to performance. Like there's what's my problem? Sorry. There's lots of missions where it's running perfectly fine, and there's other missions where it's the frame rate drops really hard. I'm not a graphics and performance guys in general, but in this game you can notice dips at certain points. That's my first complaint with the game. The second one is the Divine Beasts mission. I just don't like them personally. They're not for me. They're not for me. Again, I can see the appeal. It's just not for me. Not for me personally. But other than that, for now, story is great. Story is really good. There's some surprising characters that you can play as in this game, and that's also another great surprise. All the characters feel so different, and they have all of them can use the Sheikah Slate, or for now, I think all of them can use the Sheikah Slate. I don't know if there's other characters that cannot use it later in the game. And all of the runes that you use with your Sheikah Slate, depending on the character that you're using, you use it differently. For example, with Zelda, if you use the bomb rune, you move around with a big giant bomb and you shoot small bombs to others and then you explode. That's cool. But with Urbosa, for example, you just bowling style, like drop 3 bombs that roll on the enemies and stuff. With the rook, bombs are falling from the sky. It's really cool. It's unique. Every character is unique when you play with a character, and all of them are great. Like, I have a small preference for Urbosa because Urbosa is my girl, but other than that, like, they're all fun to play as. Like, Mipha's great, the Rook's great, Rivali's great. Link is also great because you have so many different type of weapons that even if he's simpler character to play as, it still works perfectly fine. It still works perfectly fine. So thanks for the question, Robbie. That's another equation for me to talk about it. If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts more in depth about Age of Calamity, last week episode of the Demon Appreciation Podcast, I was with Spencer, SMT Network, and we gave our impressions on the game up until this point. So I think I'll give my impressions on the game once I'm done with it as well. RPG Gamer F in the chat for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Let's hope it wins. Bad news, it's at 1%. I mean, on its first week of sales in the West, it was not in the top 20 for sales. Like, it was outsold by Jump Force. Yeah, it says a lot. Where was I at? You guys are on fire today. Thank you all so much for being here. Lots of cool comments. Super Gamer Guy, thank you so much for being here, man. I do appreciate that. Fall Guys is summer 2020. Thanks for the information. I thought it released in 2018 or 2019, but it blew up in summer 2020. I was wrong, so sorry for that. Then it's definitely deserving to be up there in that case. Um, Senior Polo Gaming says Wasteland plays like the old school Foul games. Oh, okay. And the role playing is great. Okay, I didn't know about that. I don't know anything about this series. Thanks for the information, man. I appreciate it. Todd Howard, thank you for being here, man. Welcome to the stream. Have you played The Last of Us 2? I briefly talked about it before. No, I haven't, and the reason for that is simple. Please don't crucify me. I tried the first game. I didn't enjoy it. I can see the quality though. I can definitely see the quality. I can see why people like it. It's not for me. It's just not for me. It's not my style of game. The pacing of the gameplay, I didn't enjoy it that much. So no, I haven't played part 2 because I didn't enjoy part 1. Yeah. That's one of my more controversial gaming opinions, definitely for recent games. Super Gamer Guy coming in with the I have huge expectations for SMP5. Same, man. I have huge expectations. I was talking with Strain42 on Twitter, and we were saying how would we react if the game was trash in the end? That would be surprising. That would be really surprising. Really, really surprising. I don't expect it though. I have high expectations once again. And another thing that we said, the game would have to be super trash for us to just like say that the game is bad, because we love SMP so much. So yeah, I have my shirt on, by the way. RPG Gamer says Persona 3 PC and consoles for the Game Awards. Persona 3 PC is 100% happening. Don't think so at the Game Awards though. You see those little announcements from little Japanese developers. I don't think Jeff Keighley wants those announcements in his show, so that's why I don't think it's gonna happen. But be patient, boys. I'm going through your comments and then I'll hop right into my predictions for the show. Okay, definitely. You're welcome. Glad to hear, Tommy Raiku. I don't want to believe that it's Game of the Year with FF7 remake nomination, but with them redoing the story, I guess it makes sense. Soundtrack is great though. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's some flaws with FF7 remake. There's lots of positive, but there's flaws. There's flaws for sure. You know why I'm being really positive with Square Enix for this game is the reason for that is because they had this vision for, you know, the music, the scale of the game, the graphics. They wanted to blow our minds up, and to do that they had to put the game in parts. And with the scale that they were thinking of for this game, I don't think it would have been possible for them to release it in a big package. So this is why I'm going a bit, I'm being gentle when I'm talking about this game. But there's some flaws with this game for sure. Gabriel, yeah, go listen to the FF7 soundtrack. I'll go listen to Doom Eternal soundtrack, and then let's talk about it. RPG Gamer says that David, is it okay to start with Yakuza Like a Dragon? It's basically a reboot for the series. So yeah, absolutely. You can jump right in with Yakuza Like a Dragon. There's characters from other games, but you don't have to have played the other games for you to play this one. I like to compare it to Dragon Quest XI-S, for example. If you played the other Dragon Quest games, the previous Dragon Quest games, you're gonna enjoy the game even more, but you definitely don't need to play the other games to enjoy it. So, but yeah, go ahead and play it. Do yourselves a favor. Told me right. Where was I? I struggle with the chat. Your affection. Yeah, again, this soundtrack that I have here, this playlist is really random. Technoflop says, I'm just not interested in Warriors games at all. It's okay. Have you tried Scramble with the demo and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity though? Because those games have so many additions to just the standard Warriors gameplay. I would suggest you give the demo a try if it seems just a tiny bit interesting to you, because it's way more deep than like a game like, and I'm talking here about Scramble and Age of Calamity. It's way more deep than a game like the first Hyrule Warriors, or let's say Fire Emblem Warriors stuff, the regular Dynasty Warrior stuff. It's not just a reskin, it's more deep than that, which makes them very interesting. Not the biggest Warriors fan as well, but I'm having a lot of fun with them. Shout out to my girl Mifa, yeah. Mifa's great, and it's just really fun to play as well. I heard Yakuza 0 is the best one to start with. You know what, Technoflops? if you want to hear the story of all the Yakuza games, yeah, I think it's the best one to start with. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's the best one. Straight up. It's my favorite one, for sure. Nintendo, put Goro Majima in Smash. Please. Anything I missed from being late because playing Minecraft? Oh, Davey Crow, what's up, bro? Thank you for being here. It means a lot. Thank you so much. No, you didn't miss much. Actually, we've been going for like 30 minutes. I gave my votes for Game Awards. My game of the year is 13 Sentinels. I'm sure you know that. Persona 5 Royal is nominated for RPG of the year. What else? Player's Voice is now active on the site, so if you want to vote for your personal game of the year, there's lots of choice. Age of Calamity is here, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is here, so you can definitely vote. But I didn't give my prediction yet for the show, so you're not too late, but I'm about to get to this. Saltendo says, I want to get 13 Sentinels, but I only have a Switch right now. They should put this game on Switch. I think there's an audience for this game on Switch, personally. RPG Gamer says, wait, what, David? You're serious? Jump Force, the worst anime game. How? Super Saiyan, Angry Screaming. Yeah. Jump Force outsold 13 Sentinels during its first week in the West. Todd says, that's a dope shirt. Yeah, this shirt brought us luck. Because in the July Partner Showcase, I streamed the event. We were live streaming it on the channel. 20 of you guys were in the chat, most of the direct. Everything was really calm. 20 viewers. We were chatting stuff. We were looking at the announcement. It was pretty average. And I was like, SMT shirt? Maybe we see SMT5. I don't expect it. We're watching the direct. And I had SMT5, the SMT5 logo in my thumbnail, on my thumbnail. So I knew in the back of my head that maybe it could happen. When I saw the Atlas logo, wow, I started screaming so much. Like, my reaction was, it was up there. And then we went from like 20 viewers to over 200 viewers because obviously I have SMT5 logo on my thumbnail. So people were like, hey, this guy's probably the SMT fan. Let's look at his reaction. And I freaked out so much. It was amazing. I still listen to those trailers of Nocturne HD and SMT5 every day. Every day. Saltendo, I'll wait as long as possible for that SMT1 remake. Again, sorry, man. I think you have to wait for longer. I would like that, though. Tomi Raiku says, I can't wait to see what they have in mind for the open world part, especially with how big the map was on PlayStation 1. What? I'm not too sure what you're talking about exactly, man. I'm sorry. What were we... sorry, man. I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about... Dummy. You're talking about FF7? Yeah, I can't wait to see how they're gonna make it work. Because, let's be honest, part 1, extremely linear. Extremely linear, so... But in a good way. Like, when you reach certain cities, it's kind of open. I like that. I like that. Again, the way that they did it, it's great. Breakfree Persona is cancer. It was great at first. It is now cancer. Unfortunately, Demicro, I have to agree. Do you think the Reacher, thank you so much for being here, man. Do you think there's going to be a Persona 6 teaser at the Game Awards? No, I'm not expecting a Persona 6 teaser at the Game Awards. Just as the next message says, I do agree with Gabriel. I think a Persona 6 official announcement and the first time that we see a teaser or trailer for Persona 6, that's probably next year for the 25th anniversary of the Persona series. I do agree with him here. Jump Force gets too much hate. It isn't that bad, everyone. Just get overhyping it before release, though. Yeah, never played it. For me, it's just... It feels weird, like the art direction for this game is really weird. But maybe I'll try it when it's like $5 on Switch or something. Yeah, Tomi Raiku, I realized that you were talking about FF7 afterwards. David, what did you think about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for the Game Awards? Is it nominated? I don't think I saw it, but Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, never played it. I used to play lots of Dragon Ball games, like on the GameCube, the Budokai series, and on the PlayStation 2. Budokai Tenkaichi series were extremely good. So I used to play lots of Dragon Ball games. I did play Xenoverse 1 on PS4 and Xenoverse 2 on Switch. Really liked them. The games are good. I feel like I got burnt out of Dragon Ball games at this point. I mean, you're always playing the same old story. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's just, I want to play something else now. It's just, yeah, I feel like I'll retry a game once they try something very different. But have you played Kakarot? Maybe if it's really good, maybe I should try it once it drops in price. ILS, what's up, my man? Thank you so much for being here, man. I feel like we won't get Persona 6 till 2023. Super Gamer Guy, are you talking about the announcement or the game? If you're talking about the game, yeah, 2023 soonest. Very, the soonest. Now, an announcement? No, I think that's coming before 2023 for sure. I think that's gonna happen like next year for the 25th anniversary again. I think we also have one final Persona 5 spin-off left too. I don't have the same prediction as you. I think that actually once Scramble comes out in the West, I think they're done. But I would definitely like a Persona 5 Arena or some type of spin-off like this. And honestly, they should. Persona 5 was a success. That's probably a controversial opinion, but they should milk it. Like, go ahead, do it. If it brings them more money, I'm sure they're gonna do a quality spin-off. So yeah, they should go ahead. I think having Persona 6 being announced in 2022, if SMT5 releases 2021, it would just give SMT5 and SMT3 HD the time in the spotlight that they need and deserve. Demicro, I agree with this one. I'm sorry, but J-Stars is better than Jump Force. Kakarot is a Dragon Ball Z fan dream come true. Oh, well, in that case, maybe I should try it. I'll wait for a price drop and I'll try it. Gabriel says, it would make sense, I think, since we just got Royal and Project Re Fantasy needed an announcement too. Project Re Fantasy, guys, Atlas New Year's Wishes card on Twitter. I talked about that in multiple videos. They said that they would give us a Project Re Fantasy news in 2020. There's, like, my maths are trash. There's not a lot of days left for 2020. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get news this year, unfortunately, so they didn't deliver on their promise. But I think we're going to see news for this game pretty soon. I have a question for you guys. Is Project Re Fantasy releasing before Persona 6? I think we talked about that on the Discord. I'm not too sure. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. The game released in 2023. Yeah, that's better, Super Gamer Guy. That makes more sense. I think that might be a bit soon, maybe holiday. But I hope you're right. That would be great. ILS playing a bit of Soul Hackers and the Magnetite 2 Maka stuff is super broken. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it didn't age that well on that side of things for sure. I agree. But anyways, at a certain point in the game, just a small thing that I want to say for Soul Hackers. There's a certain part in the game where you'll have to grind kind of a lot, so that's gonna solve the problem with Maka and stuff. You're gonna gain lots of it. Saltando says new Dragon Ball game, but it tells the story of Dragon Ball Super. You know what? I would be down for that because I didn't watch Super. I watched Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, not Super. So I would be down. RPG Gamer, it's an RPG, David. Kakarot's an RPG. What? Really? I didn't check this game out at all, actually, so I know the name, but nothing more. If it's an RPG, that's an additional reason for me to check it out. You're gonna make me buy another Dragon Ball game in 2021, bro. Gregory says, maybe they'll show us a picture of even more chair with left cards this year. I hope not, because this image that you're talking about, it is cursed. And you know why? Because there's like a 2014 release date on this darn thing. So hopefully we're not going to get the chairs with the leg scuffs this year. Hey, Tony For You, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. It means a lot. It means a lot, man. Do you think SMT3 Remaster will do a good job at introducing people into mainline SMT? That's a very good question. Personally, I think so. I think Nocturne is a good entry point in the series. And whether you like it or not, there's some good additions in Nocturne HD that will help newcomers, like an easy mode, like the ability to save everywhere, stuff like that. So that's great. That's really good. Demicro, Catherine 2, as much as I would like that, I don't see it happening. I think Catherine's a one of a kind. I don't think we'll see a similar game anytime soon, especially since they're now working on Re Fantasy, so yeah. Riku says, I think it will release before Persona 6. I agree, my man. I do think it's gonna release before Persona 6 as well. At least I hope so, because I am down for something new, something refreshing from the Persona team. So yeah, it would be great. It would be great. Demicro says Project Re Fantasy would be cool to see in 2022, but knowing Atlas, it will probably be early 2023 or early 2024. Well, Demicro, I have a question for you though. If that's the case, where is Persona 6? That's the thing. I'm not too sure. Technoflops only get the remaster if they fix the lag. Watch today's video, Technoflops. I talked about that. Oh no, my bad. Mistaking another project that I'm working on. Watch my upcoming videos. I do think they're gonna fix Nocturne for the Western release. I think Persona 6 will be out before Project Re Fantasy. Hey, that's cool. We have so many different opinions. That's cool. I lost my chat for a second here. Okay, cool. I think Re Fantasy is coming out before Persona 6. So many different opinions. I love it. But we're not sure what the game is about though. But from what I understood from the teasers, the theme of the game is like inverted fantasy. Yeah, we don't know much about this game actually. Definitely not a lot of stuff. I do recommend everyone watch the LaRue's video on the games. Everything that we know so far about Re Fantasy. Great video, but we don't know much about the game for now. ILS says, at what point do I need to grind? Does it involve the dolphin? Dolphin fight was not that hard, I think. I don't know if you've been spoiled already. I know that you're like an hardcore Megaton fan, so I'm sure you're already aware. But for me, it's the Raido fight at the end that I had to grind for in Soul Hackers. But once you're done with it, let me know how it went for you. RPG Gamer says, if they replace Vincent, they're heading into Ace Attorney territory. Maybe. HP, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for being here. Do you think Atlas would make more SMT spin-offs other than Persona, or are gonna stay only with Persona and mainline SMT? You know what, HP? My answer that I'm about to give you is an answer that makes me sad. I think we're not seeing SMT spin-offs anymore. I think the success of Persona is such a big deal. I mean, companies are all about profit in the end, so... Except if SMT5 does extremely well, I don't think we'll see an SMT spin-off anytime soon, unfortunately. What I think will happen is that we'll see more Persona spin-off, though. Is that great news? Not really. Not to me. But yeah. As ILS says, I want to see more Megaton spin-off, to be honest. Same. Also, about Persona 6, I think they're going to release Scramble 2. And that's it. Scramble 2 is an interesting topic. I've heard this come up multiple times now. I'm not saying more because I don't know what you think about that yet. No More Heroes music playing in the background. Represent. Devil Summoner return in 2021 would maybe, that would be sick, but yeah, I'm not sure. Super Gamer, I hope it's out before P6, but I have a feeling it won't. You're probably talking about Re Fantasy, and it's just... The Re Fantasy has been in development for a while. It's been in development before Persona 6, so that's why I'm thinking that. But how big is the team? I don't know, so maybe you're right. Persona 6, if they don't shake up the formula, will probably be late 2023, and Project Re Fantasy early 2024. You mustn't forget, Demicro, that it's the same team working on the game, so if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see that happening personally. ILS says they might possibly start with Raido ports after they possibly port DDS. To be honest, in terms of Devil Summoner possibly coming back, you know what? I would have to disagree. I think Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 are next. I do think the Raido games are... depending on how Nocturne does and how DDS does, if they release it, of course, I think they're gonna do DDS first because it's more similar to Nocturne. Devil Summoner, you're fully aware of that. I'm not telling you anything new, but it's just very different than DDS. So, but I would like that, bro, because those games are expensive. If you want a physical copy, like I want, Those are expensive. They're not accessible at all. Demicro, it's sad because I want a Jack Bros and Devil Survivor remake. Devil Survivor 1 and 2 are probably the games that would benefit the most from a remake, in my opinion. Could you imagine like those games on your TV with a new art style? I could see the art style being similar to Disgaea, the new one, Disgaea 7. Man, that would be great. That would be great. I don't know about Jack Bros though. I know that you're about that game, but yeah, like Gabriel said, ReFantasy would have 7 years of development time if it releases in those years, which feels a bit weird. I don't think it's going to be this grand project, ReFantasy. I think it's going to be a game more in the lines of like a 13 Sentinels when it comes to the scale of the game. But that's just me. Companies, ILS says, companies are all about profit. However, they usually start with experimental ideas and wanting to create some or filling a need. I 100% agree with you, ILS. The reason why I said that is because of SMT spinoffs. To release a new SMT spinoffs is an experiment in a way, but it's not an experiment in another way because they did SMT spinoffs multiple times in the past. So that's what I meant. But I see your point. I see your point. Heather, thank you for being here. It means a lot. What's up? How are you doing? I feel like Atlas is more about experimentations than profit currently, even if they're not making a ton of new Megaton spin-offs. Hell, ReFantasy only exists because of the company wanted to experiment. That's a very good point. Very, very, very good point. And we're living in a time where we got a re-release of Catchman. So you're making tons of sense. And even if my opinion varies a bit, you're making lots of sense, and I agree with you. I hope you're right, and I hope we'll see more Megaton spin-offs. RPG Gamer, Persona games take a while. I'm sorry, but you need to remember how long it took P5 to release. Yeah, mainline releases. But a game like, for example, Scramble or an arena game, that's completely different. Completely different. Zach, you gotta go. Well, thank you so much for watching, Zach. It means a lot. Thanks for your support as always, and good night, man. Demicro, what game style do you think ReFantasy would be? In my opinion, it's a mix between Xenoblade and Zelda. I like that. I don't see the game being as big of a project as those games, though. That's such a good question. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this darn game. You know what? I would see something more traditional. Something like an Octopath Traveler, maybe. When it comes to gameplay, like the story, the length of the game, turn-based RPG. I would like that. But your idea is cool as well. I just think that I don't know if they want to do such a big project out of ReFantasy. No puns intended, once again. If they remaster DDS 1 and 2 and Rider 1 and 2, what other ports remaster would you want to see? What I would want to see is the Desu games. Devil Survivor 1 and 2 on Switch, for sure. David, I see with some Persona 1 music playing. Really random playlist. Yeah, ILS, that's the we got the comeback team playing on here of Persona 1 and PSP. I think when you're listening to the soundtrack outside of the game, it's not that bad. It's nowhere near the original Revelations Persona soundtrack, though. You're correct. Heather says, the reason I think P4G might come to Switch is because the Switch Pro Controller layout is in the code, and most Steam games use an Xbox layout for the controller. Good point. I didn't know that, actually. That's something else that's similar to what you're saying here is for Nocturne. Steam is in the coding for Nocturne HD, so I think it's a given that we'll see a Nocturne port on Steam at some point, especially with the success of P4G and the success of Nocturne in Japan. Tony, for you, do you think Persona 6 will have a more local scale like P4 or a grand scale like P5, and which do you prefer? Such a good question. Such a good question. You know what? I think both are great. Both are great in their own aspect. You're asking me for my preference. I think Inaba has a very unique aspect to it, lots of charm. For Persona 6, I would like something more along the lines of a local setting than Shibuya and Tokyo and the places that we always see, like in Persona 5. They did it well in Royal and in Vanilla, don't get me wrong. But I have a preference for smaller towns and stuff. I think that would be cooler. ILS, I'd kind of want to see something completely new when it comes to possible new Megaton spin-offs. How cool would that be? Completely new. Go all in with a new idea. I would be down, for sure. Demicrow says, do you think Travis could be a DLC boss in SMT5? And I assume you're talking about Travis Touchdown. I can see him fitting in pretty well with the game, with his attitude and design and stuff. I think he would fit really well, actually, kind of like Bayonetta would, or Goro Majima, once again, bringing up my boy. Are they likely? I think the most likely out of those three is probably Bayonetta, but I don't know. Especially since Bayonetta is already in Liberation DX2 on mobile, so it wouldn't be a first time. Heather says, it would not surprise me in the slightest given how Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Catherine Full Body were ported to the Switch. I mentioned that actually before you upped on the stream. I feel like Persona 4 on Switch, Persona 4 Golden more precisely on Switch, is not a if we get it, is when we get it at this point. I'm very confident that we'll see it. Killer 7, yeah, Killer 7's another Suda game that you talked about. I still have yet to play this one. It looks cool. I think now's the time to finally give you guys my predictions for next week. But before I do that, thank you so much for everyone who's here. It means a lot. If you guys could drop a like, that would be amazing. It means a lot. It helps to support the channel. And I want to tell you guys that if you don't know already, the Game Awards show is next week on Thursday at 7 p.m. So next week at this specific time, we will be listening to this event. Normally the show is like, it's long. It's a long show. It's like 2 to 3 hours. I'm staying up the whole damn night if needs be. I want to watch the whole thing with you guys, so I'm gonna stream the show. If you're interested, I will tweet out the links and stuff so you can come with me. We'll be giving our predictions during the show. We'll be saying if we agree with the announcement and the nominees and who wins and stuff. So it should be extremely interesting. I'm going to be alone on stream, so once again, I'll be able to interact a lot with you guys. So I hope you guys will come on stream. It's going to be a really fun event. And you guys have always been really amazing with your support when it comes to me reacting to an event. So I hope to see you guys there. Now, I know that you guys want to hear it. What are my predictions for the show? I promised when I start the stream, I want to tell you guys what I think we'll see when it comes to SMT5 and Scramble. Before I do that, is there any announcements that you guys think we will see so I can give my opinion on your predictions? Go ahead. I'm gonna wait for a few seconds. I want you guys to tell me when it comes to announcements, what do you think is likely? What do you think we will see? What are your predictions? Let me know. We'll talk about it for... I have a few minutes here, so let me know. Go ahead. All in. I'll try to talk about all of your predictions. I'll try. Do my best. Hey, this soundtrack is way more fucked up than I thought. This playlist. Oh, we got that Persona 2 team. While I'm waiting for your predictions. Predictions, let's go. Yes, sir, Riku, let's go. Now's the time. Love Persona 2 soundtrack. Okay, we're starting to get predictions. Let's go. HP's going all in P5S localization. I'm not going to give my opinion on that right away because I'm going to talk about that later. Super Gamer Guy, Persona 5 Scramble. Same thing. My boy Riku, P5S, same thing. I'm going to talk about that in just a bit. Pi Studios, welcome to the stream, man. You're right on time. I'm about to give my predictions on the matter. If you have predictions for the Game Awards, drop them. Drop them. I'm gonna be saying my opinion on everything. I don't have the slightest clue. Well, you know what, Void? You're going in with the right mindset. No expectations. Demicrow, Minecraft Cross SMT3 HD. I think your Jack Bros remake is more likely than that. And you know how I feel about your Jack Bros remake. ILS, we have another one, another person who's extremely neutral, and that's good. No real predictions. Don't pay attention to mainline gaming. Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't know what to expect, and you don't want to have expectations. That's the right mindset to have. We're the problematic ones here. Happy Kumar, thanks for being here, man. Bayonetta 3 gameplay makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I can definitely see that happening. Demicro FF7 Remake Chapter 2 teaser? I didn't think about that, but you know what? Yeah, maybe. Makes sense. Or maybe the reveal of the Xbox and PC versions, since they're gonna be able to release in March now because of the deal with Sony. Maybe then. Heather, I'm keeping my predictions low, expectations low. That's great. Another person that has the right mindset. Super gamer guy. Okay, someone brought it up. SMT5 is very likely as well. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Persona 3 PC port, P4G on more platforms. Persona 3 PC port is going to happen at some point. P4G on more platforms is also going to happen at some point. Now, do I think we'll see them at the Game Awards? I don't think so, and I mentioned my reason for that before. I think that those games are like small Japanese games, and this event is a big mainline, just like ILS mentioned, mainline gaming, Western type of event, so I don't think we'll see those announcements there, but I do think it's going to happen at some point for sure. Demicro coming in with another very good prediction. No more Heroes 3 gameplay and spring or summer 2021 release date. Sorry, I was expecting a sooner release date though, but I feel like gameplay is likely. Elden Ring's news, maybe? Maybe that could happen. Tony, for you, definitely. Oops, sorry. The only expectation that I possibly have is SMT5 stuff, but of course there's some doubt that goes with that, obviously. Give my opinion on that in a few minutes, and I can already say that I agree with that just a tiny bit. RPG Gamer Demi Fiend return as a DLC for SMT5. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Technoflops, we thought SMT5 news would be in Tokyo Game Show, and look what happened. Are you talking about New Game Plus Expo Part 2? I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, we were expecting lots of things at this event. I mean, we all freaked out. I remember like it was yesterday, Katana Riku's reaction to Atlas showing the same old SMT5 trailer. I was talking with Kuro, and Riku was like, hold up, in his mic when we saw like the SMT5 logo, expecting a new trailer. Nah, they showed the same old trailer that we all watched over 1,000 times. That was really, really funny. Very funny. Heather says, very worried about the Game Awards. Well, we should go in with no expectations, so this show's not worth worrying about. It's just a fun time watching the show, so. There's one game that I have very specific predictions for, and I'm surprised that no one's bringing it up. Cuphead DLC. You know what, Demicro? I do have my predictions for Cuphead. Cuphead, I think, it's gonna be a new game at this point. Like, they've been working on this DLC for so long at this point. It could be a new game at this point. I think we all expect Demi Fiend to come back to SMT5. Well, we have reasons to believe he's gonna come back. For sure. To be honest, we got SMT5 news earlier than TGS. Yep. I do not expect Demi Fiend to return in SMT5. Well, here you go. Different opinion on the matter. Maybe a Sonic announcement? I will don't hope for it though. Sega likes to show Sonic games and reveal Sonic games as their own things now. Except if I'm wrong, but I think that's the thing with Sonic. I don't necessarily see it happening. But I'm gonna be excited when they announce the new Sonic game, because they've been working on it for a long time now. I think Sonic Forces was 2017, right? I think it was 2017. HP coming in with the I'm still expecting Peppa Sega game. You're my boy Peppa Gang, man. Let's go. Demicro, I woke up at freaking 6 a.m. for TGS, and all I got was Miku and Puyo. We all woke up at 6 a.m. I slept like shit because I was excited. I was excited to see SMT5 and shit. There's a reason why I'm calling this event New Game Plus Expo 2. Such a disappointment. Such a disappointment. Expectations were there, and we got there. New Game Plus Expo, same thing. I was 1000% certain about a scramble date. And now, all those months later, no news. No news. Hollow Knight Silk Song? I don't know. I don't want to misinform you guys. I don't know. Hey, we've got the King Narukami. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Means a lot. I like classic vanilla Tetris. I don't know what this other game that you're talking about is, ILS. Sorry. Heather, I think you were saying worried about The Last of Us Part 2 in multiple categories, and one of the categories was Best Indie Game, but I don't think The Last of Us 2 is considered an indie title. I don't think so. Not anymore, at least. What else? What else is here? Hey, Martin, thank you so much for the subscription, man. Welcome to the channel. I hope you like it. Means a lot. Thank you for your subscription, man. I really appreciate it. We all did. Yeah, we all woke up very soon. We all woke up very soon. Forces took 4 years to make. Still turned out trash. Oh, really? It took 4 years to make? I didn't know that, Pi Studios. I didn't know that. Ah, damn it. I'd really only want Sonic Mania 2. Yeah. The old Sonic games are great. Persona 5 for the Neo Geo. I don't know about that. Maybe Skyrim on Neo Geo, man. It's probably the only system that Skyrim's not on at this point. David 1v1 me on Tetris 99. You're gonna wreck me, RPG Gamer. I suck so bad at this game. Maybe DLC for the new Iron Warriors. I think that was leaked. Wasn't that leaked, HP? I think I saw that at some point. King Narukami's Scramble trailer. I think now's the time. Now's the time to tell you guys my opinion on, well, my predictions. And I'm going to start with what you guys want to hear. I'm going to start with Scramble, then I'm going to give my other various different predictions, and then I'm going to say, at the end, my SMT5 predictions for the show. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's get ready. Okay, Scramble. Okay. How do I want to tackle this? Persona 5 Scramble was revealed autumn 2019, if I'm not mistaken, and it released in February 2020 in Japan. It did extremely well. Persona 5 Royal is one of the highest rating games on the PlayStation 4, and it's nominated for Best RPG of the Year. An announcement for Scramble makes a lot of sense. I don't want to give you guys expectations too high. Do I expect it though? I don't think so. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I'm not expecting Scramble. Does it make sense? Yeah, it makes sense because Royal's nominated. Because Persona 5 in general is considered one of the best RPGs of all time by many, especially by the Western audience, which is the audience for the Game Awards. So yeah, as much as I think it makes sense, I'm not expecting it. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it's not the type of game that they're gonna show at this event. But at the same time, it's hard. It's really hard to tell because at the same time, they've shown more niche games, and Persona, especially Persona 5, is not niche anymore, and we have to accept that. And it's hard for me to get that information in my head because for the longest time, it's been niche. Persona's been very niche. If you've been going on since like Persona 3 days and before that, it's like, yeah, it's damn. It's hard to tell. So overall, conclusion. I'm rambling way too much here. Conclusion, Persona 5 Scramble, English announcement, makes tons of sense. Will it happen? I'm not expecting it. If it happens, awesome. And my prediction for this game is a beginning of the year, February release probably, just like the leak says. So now's the time to show it. But I don't want to get my expectations high. Because just as HP mentioned, if I'm expecting Scramble, if I'm expecting a Scramble announcement, I'm gonna get vanilla Catherine gameplay. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to temper my expectation, boys. If you can't see it, next week's stream is going to be extremely fun. I can't wait. I really can't wait to. I've never been excited for the Game Awards before. I've always watched it casually. But this year, I'm excited. I think that with next-gen systems and with you guys, talking with you, streaming the show, I think it's going to be really, really fun. By Studio Scramble was revealed January 2019. Wow, okay, I was way off. That's even worse. That's even worse. Well, King Narukami, if they reveal a trailer and then they stick with the rumored February release date, it's only 2.5 months of marketing. That's not a bad point. But I can definitely still see it happening because I don't think Atlus is gonna market the hell out of this game necessarily, and we've been hearing from this game since January 2017, as By Studios clarified for me. So yeah, a long time since the reveal. So again, I think it's still possible. Atlus is so hard to predict. I thought Nintendo was hard to predict, but Atlus is even worse. Atlus is even worse, bro. 30 minutes of Catherine full body on Xbox One and Series systems? Bruh. Okay, I'll give my other predictions for the show now, but I want to hand this stream on SMT5, so that's going to wait for a bit. Okay. Other predictions for the show. The one game that you guys didn't mention that I think we'll see at the show is we're gonna see The Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. We're gonna see DLC. We're gonna see DLC for this game at the show. Nintendo likes to have Zelda at the Game Awards. We've seen the game multiple years at the show. We haven't seen Breath of the Wild 2 in a long time as well, so here you go, DLC, Age of Calamity, the prequel to Breath of the Wild, the best-selling Zelda games of all time, the Zelda game of all time. Oh, and one more thing. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is also coming out in 2021 or later. Here's a trailer. Here we go. Not saying that I'm expecting it, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the matter. The Legend of Zelda at the Game Awards makes a lot of sense. Zelda Wii U was shown at the Game Awards for the first time, before it was even called Breath of the Wild. And we saw Inuma-san and Miyamoto. They were both playing on the Wii U gamepad Breath of the Wild for the first time. We saw the trailer where Link's jump over the horse and shoots the Guardian on the bridge. It's like, yeah, and they revealed and shadow dropped the Breath of the Wild story DLC at the Game Awards. Makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Let me know what you guys think about that. You think the Persona 5 name will just market itself? That's a good point. Pretty much at this point. Pretty much. Heather says, David, what's your favorite Persona battle team from 3, 4, 5? I'm gonna go with an unoriginal choice, and I'm gonna say Rivers in the Desert, probably. It has a good vibe. It has a good vibe to it. Definitely. Katana Riku, yeah, if Breath of the Wild 2 comes out next year, 2021's the GOAT, hands down. If SMT5 comes out next year, 2021's the GOAT already. HP says, time to get out of here because I haven't completed Age of Calamity. Thank you so much for being here, HP. Means a lot, and have fun with Age of Calamity. Great game. Great game. I'm scared of seeing the Uncharted trailer at the show. Are you talking about the movie, King? If that's the case, I know Tom Holland's gonna be there, so It might happen. It might happen. Yeah, just as Pi Studios mentioned, I don't know that Uncharted movie is gonna be sus. Tom Holland doesn't feel like the best fit for Nathan Drake. I agree. I do agree. Oh. RPG Gamer says, David, I swear if they don't release Scramble in 2021, I'm gonna lose it and making a Japanese account. They can't at this point. They can't. It's a 2021 game. It is a 2021 game. I don't even know what to say anymore. It has to be a 2021 game. It has to. Once I think about it, Nintendo has had a slow but great 2020. I agree, Demicro. I agree. But they're gonna come in hot. They're gonna jump into 2021 hot. It's gonna be a big year. 2021 is gonna be amazing. Amazing. It's confirmed the movie trailer will be there for Uncharted. Okay, thanks, King Narukami. I didn't know that. So, will we see SMT5 English gameplay? Thanks for the question. I think I'm gonna jump right in with SMT5 because I wanted to give my Breath of the Wild 2 prediction. Now, SMT5. If you guys haven't watched my SMT5 at the Game Awards video, I highly suggest that you watch it if you're interested before the show next week. It's still relevant, even if it's an older video. The thing is, I mentioned it before. The Game Awards is a show focused on, I don't like to use that expression, but kind of like mainline gaming. The games that are nominated this year: Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, games that everyone is playing. Everyone's played, like very, 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 very popular games. Very popular games. What other games are there? I just want to prove my point. Animal Crossing, again, games that people who don't own 1,000 games like we do on each systems, those are the games that get nominated. Yeah, I'm looking through the nominees and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, for all those reasons, it's like, overall, it's focused on bigger games. It's focused on bigger releases. And games like Breath of the Wild, they make sense. And games like Doom or games like, what upcoming games are there? I'm not expecting any of those games. I'm not looking forward to those type of games. But the next Horizon, the next God of War, those are the games that I can see being at this type of show. Halo Infinite, stuff like that. Now, David, you said SMT5 made sense, but you're contradicting yourself. No, I'm being realistic. Now, I still feel, with that in mind, with what I just said, I still feel like SMT5 might be here. Hear me out. Last year. Not last year. Let's go back. 2017. That's the year. Please don't quote me on that. I think 2017 is the year where when we got the announcement for Bayonetta 3, Bayonetta 1 and 2. Those games are niche. That's that's one Japanese niche series for you, shown at the event. Bayonetta has kind of a big fan base, but it's still a niche Japanese game that was shown and revealed at the Game Awards. Exclusive on Switch. Nintendo is marketing Bayonetta. What happened? What happened last year? Suda 51? No More Heroes? No More Heroes 3. Revealed. Shown. Sorry, not revealed. Shown at the Game Awards. I think it was revealed as well the year before. I'm mixed up a bit with my announcements here. But No More Heroes made an appearance. Niche Japanese game. Once again. Publicity by Nintendo. It's No More Heroes 3 and Bayonetta 3 are two big games for the Switch. Big exclusive for the Switch. When I say big, they're not going to sell 20 million copies each. Big because there's a very specific fan base that are going to buy the system for those games. For those games. Definitely. Bayonetta, No More Heroes. And that's the thing. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a long classic, cult classic series in Japan. And Nintendo's behind the marketing of this game. It's clear. It is clear. They showed it at their first ever Nintendo Switch event. And the next time that we saw it, was at a Nintendo Partner Showcase. The first Nintendo Partner Showcase, mind you. They want to push this game. They know that there's people out there waiting for the game. They know that because they showed the last trailer at the worst possible time. And in the first Nintendo Partner Showcase, people, for whatever reason, there was lots of people that were not sure what to expect from a partner showcase, even though it was clear. They showed SMT, and us fans were extremely excited. But overall, the mainstream audience, they were not excited at all. My point here is that there was still lots of us that were really excited. And like SMT was trending, and like everyone was crazy talking about SMT. My channel, I'm gonna be honest and transparent, my channel kind of blew up at that point because a lot of people found me because they started to get interested in SMT5, and I'm extremely grateful. If any of you guys in the stream are here because you found me because of this showcase, I'm grateful for that, and thanks to you guys so much. But that's just prove my points. Like, the audience and the SMT fans were hardcore. We're really hardcore in this series, and we're watching shows like the Game Awards. We're reacting to shows like the Game Awards. Lots of eyes are on the Game Awards as well. What I mean, in conclusion, basically, we've seen niche Japanese game being shown for the first time, or gameplay for the first time at this show. Shown by Nintendo most of the time. We're not seeing a game that before was in the majority of the time was marketed by, for say, Sony. I have a game like this Gaia in mind. I know that now it's Nintendo. Before, it was more Sony that was marketing those games, and those games they didn't show up at the Game Awards and stuff. But a game like SMT, or like No More Heroes, or like Bayonetta, or like Bravely Default, they're all games that are marketed heavily by Nintendo. And those niche Japanese games, unlike a game like Disgaea, is getting shown at the Game Awards. All of that to say, I don't want any of you boys in the chat, I don't want any of you to expect SMT5 news, or a picture, or music, or anything. I don't want you guys to expect anything SMT5 at this show. Just like Scramble, don't expect it. But they both make sense. Yeah, I think they both make sense. I would definitely like to see it. And for all the reasons that I mentioned, I think they make sense. I'm not sure if we'll see them though. It would be great. Those were my predictions, guys, for the show. There's definitely lots of announcements that we can look forward to. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't talked about. Next-gen systems just came out. I'm sure they will want to push new next-gen games. Maybe we'll see Ratchet & Clank, which I think is probably a first quarter 2021 game. So now's the time to show it, especially at a show like the Game Awards. So it's going to be a really good show. Next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be here, guys. It's going to be a blast. Tonight was a blast as well. I'm getting ready to wrap things up. Before I do that, I want to say thank you to everyone who is here. And I want to give you guys one last chance. If you guys have any new questions, any last-minute questions that you guys want to ask, I am down. If you guys want, for sure. I'm going to take a few minutes to answer questions. Dustwood, I'm about to wrap things up. Actually, I think maybe you missed the predictions. I just wrapped things up though. Overall, the two biggest things that people wanted to hear me talk about was Scramble and SMT5. Both those games, I think they make sense to show up at the Game Awards, but I'm not expecting them at the Game Awards. So I am waiting for last minute questions. Dustwood though is gonna be uploaded, man. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts and my votes on the nominees for the Game Awards, you can always watch the playback if you're interested. If you do, thank you so much, man. It means a lot. Tomi Raiku, you're gonna head out. Peace, man. Thank you so much for being here on stream. It was great having a chat with you. So have a good night, man. Last question that I'm getting. RPG Gamer, David, question. Do you think we should make a team to stop Goomba? I don't think he's worth our time. I don't think it's worth our time. And ILS, do you think he's doing that stuff ironically? I would think so. He's just so hardcore with P5 on Switch that it feels ironically. I'm following the dude on Twitter. I'm laughing so hard when I see his comments. It's crazy. But I agree with Pi Studios. Just leave them alone. They're not worth our time. They're not. Anyone else wants to drop a final question for the night? Anything else? Game Awards related? Not Game Awards related? Personally, I gave up on Scramble, to be honest. I got other games to worry about at this point. I can't blame you. Can't blame you, Dustwood. It's very fair. I mean, they announced this game so long ago. We'll just play it when it gets here. Basically, I have the same point of view as you on that matters. It's like, I'll play it when it's here. I don't necessarily care anymore. But when they reveal it officially, I'm gonna be excited though, for sure, because I'm excited to play it. I'm just not expecting it necessarily. If Nintendo reveals a Switch Pro at the Game Awards, it would be lit. I don't think they're gonna reveal hardware at the Game Awards personally, but I think a Switch Pro is coming at some point for sure. What is with the stream setup? I tried something new, Poke Lives Matter. Actually, the setup for when I have my camera, I still need to work on. It's not that great looking, but it's a new setup that I got with Streamlab OBS. Have you tried remote play on PS5? Is it any better than PS4? I haven't tried it. Good question. I thought it worked pretty well on PS4 though. David, do you hate how console peasants spoil games? What do you mean console peasants, RPG gamer? I'm not too sure. Okay, spoil games that comes to PC. Okay, gotcha. I don't game on PC, so it's not a problem for me, but I can see that it probably is a bummer for others that are playing on PC for sure. Gabriel says, should I wait for a Switch Pro to play SMT5 or is it that's a good question, Gabriel. First of all, no, I'm very confident that we'll see a Switch revision in the near future. The Switch revision is not going to be a PS4 Pro. It's not going to be a Series X. It's going to be a small upgrade. And you're excited for SMT5. I can see that. And SMT5 is, I don't think it's going to be a game that's going to push the hardware because Team Maniacs is working with Unreal Engine 4 for the first time, so I don't think they're gonna create a game that's gonna push the hardware necessarily. So if you're interested in the Switch and don't necessarily want to spend more on the revision, which won't be that much hotter of a console in my opinion, I would pick it up right now if you feel like it. Mitsuru, thank you for being here. I'm doing great this evening. Thank you so much for asking. I just destroyed my headset. Remote play on Xbox to PC is pretty good, but Xbox to iOS is pretty bad. Never tried that one either. I just want a PS4 but no money. Yeah, there's lots of games. If at some point in the future you can get a PS5, at least PS4 games aren't playable on it. So once they drop in price, of course, because they're really expensive. RPG Gamer. Oh, I skipped the question. I'm sorry. Abby says, remember the remaining 2 P5 trademarks? Any ideas when they'll show up? That's a good question as well. I don't consider trademark that much because sometimes the companies, they just renew their trademarks and it doesn't mean much. Like Nintendo renewed the trademarks for Eternal Darkness multiple times now and we don't have a new game or anything like that. So yeah, I don't consider them that much. Great question though. If it means something, great. I would like it. I'm part of the camp that is not expecting new spin-offs from P5 after Scramble, but there's lots of people that are expecting new spin-offs, so it might mean something. Who knows? RPG Gamer says, David, have you heard of them updating SMT Nocturne? Yeah, I heard that they're working on fixing the game. I think they're just gonna fix basic issues, basic bugs for the game. I don't think they're gonna redo the soundtrack, give us the official orchestrated soundtrack or big changes like that. I think it's gonna be very minor, but at least I think they'll fix the bugs for the release for sure. Demi Crow says, I think they should reveal a Spider-Man Miles Morales patch because my PS4 can't handle it so much that I can't even look at it. Oh wow, really? It's that bad? But Demi Crow, I think you were thinking of picking up a PS5, right? You can just hold on and play it on PS5. I'm surprised to hear that though. Dustwood says, I was lucky enough to finally order a PS5 today, so Scramble is the least of my concerns at this point. Nice, man. You're part of the camp now. Got a PS5 as well, but I'm only playing PS4 games on it for now, so. Pi Studios, I feel like the Switch Pro is probably going to be as good as base PS4 at best. Agreed. Agreed. I don't hope for much more. I hope, well, what I'm expecting is a better physical system. Like, I expect the materials to be a bit better, maybe a better screen and stuff, maybe better speakers, better battery life, things like that. I don't expect 4K. I don't expect it to be extremely more powerful. At this point, I'm expecting like a new 3DS XL or something like that. Isn't P5 Arena in development? Not sure if it's actually happening still. Oh no, they worked on Persona 5 Scramble, but not Arena. That's not confirmed. Lots of people are expecting this one though. PS5 I'll hold in till 2021. That's fair because just like ILS mentioned, there's not a lot of games at the moment on PS5. Dustwood just mentioned it. Demon's Souls, Miles Morales, but Miles Morales not as exclusive. There's games, but there's not tons of games. Like I bought a Series X and a PS5, but I haven't bought any games on them. I bought Yakuza Like a Dragon for Series X. I'm gonna receive it on Tuesday, which I can't wait to play it. But yeah, yeah. Oh, Vic Netty, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Not related to the topics of the stream, but I got one of my friends into SMT, and she's starting with Soul Hackers tonight. Awesome, awesome. Soul Hackers though, you told her to start with Soul Hackers. Amazing game. Don't get me wrong. Don't know if it's the best place to start though. You please help her. She'll need help probably, but great game overall. I am ready to wrap things up, guys, at this point. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much to everyone who stayed with me. We were online for like almost 2 hours. It was definitely a great chat. Once again, I want to stress that out one last time before I end the stream. Next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. We're going to go live for the Game Awards. Should be a lot of fun. We're going to have announcement, hopefully lots of cool announcement. And I want to talk with you guys in chat about what we're going to see. If we see anything Atlas, you guys know me, an Atlas logo, and I freak out, so it should be really fun. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. If you guys could drop a like before leaving, that would be great. And to anyone who hopped on while we were talking, thank you for your support. If you want to watch the playback, it's going to be live in like an hour, so you can watch it and it would be great. So thank you to everyone who were here. You guys are amazing. Love you guys so much, and we will see you next week. If you haven't watched today's video, I think it's a cool video talking about will SMT5 get delayed. You guys will probably like it. So I am leaving, guys. Thank you so much for your support once again.